Hello and welcome to the Kayden Show, today's best country mix. And joining me right here today is Kacey Fifield. Kacey, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
My pleasure. So why don't you start by telling everyone a little bit about you and how you got on this wonderful acting and singing journey?
Yeah, so ever since I was really young, I've always loved entertaining my family and just putting on little shows and singing and
Mhm.
acting and all that. And when I was 8, I got the amazing opportunity to move to Los Angeles. And that's when I started acting. I did a bunch of short films, commercials, TV series, all of those things. And when I was 10, I started vocal lessons and I got the opportunity to record and produce my first song called When I Grow Up, which was a really great experience. Since then, I've released over a dozen original singles. I've acted in a bunch of other short films, TV series, all of that. And my debut album is coming up in September, so I'm really excited
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
about the album.
Yes.
Yep. So right now I have Toxic out. It was released July 1st, and that's the first single from the album. And then Like Us, which is the second single off the album, is actually coming out on July 29th, which is super exciting. I'm pumped for that. And there's going to be one more single released, and then the album is coming out on September 30th. And it is my first album. I released a bunch of singles in the past, but I wanted to have a collective kind of body of work that
Mhm.
tells a bit of a story. And it's really about my feelings and my experiences and just thoughts I had. All of it is inspired by things that have happened in my life.
That's fantastic. And that's how music should be. At least that's what
Yeah,
I think personally.
for sure.
There's so much music out there these days that is just not gonna say garbage, but like not really what music was meant to be to kind of tell stories.
Yeah.
Mhm. Absolutely. So if you could do a collaboration with any singer in the world, Kacey, who would you choose and why?
I get this question a lot actually, and I always
Okay.
go with Conan Gray because I'm just a huge fan of all of his songs, and his songwriting is just so incredible. The way that he can tie in metaphors into songs, and just
Hmm.
his lyrics are great. His voice is great, so I'd love to do a collaboration with him.
That would be really cool for sure. So I know you kind of already answered this question, kind of, but if somebody was to write a song about you or something that's happened in your life that is not out there yet, like if you haven't released it yet, what do you think that they would write about?
I feel like my life kind of follows a different trajectory than like a lot of people because like I moved
Hmm.
around and
Hmm.
pursued my career, which is definitely not something that a lot of people do at a young age.
Right.
So I feel like something related to that would probably be what they would write the song about.
Absolutely, and that's for acting too. You gotta move all over the place. I bet you were like, "Here, here, here, here."
Yeah, there's a lot of it's centered in LA, but there's also just a lot of
Mhm.
different locations around the area where things are
Right.
filmed. Definitely
Mhm.
have done a lot of driving and going around.
Do you have any advice to those who might wanna start singing or anything like that, but doesn't really know how to get the foot in the door?
I'd say that my biggest piece of advice is to truly love what you're doing and not give up because there are like a lot of roadblocks on the path to success,
Mhm.
no matter what you want to do. But especially in the entertainment industry, there's a ton of rejection. So it's really important that you're actually passionate about what you're doing so that you're
Right.
enjoying yourself and not just
Right.
forcing yourself to do it. Because, yeah, it's pretty tough. But if you persevere, then you'll definitely hit that successful mark. And yeah, the best way to get started with singing is honestly to listen to other singers and think about their lyrics and then
Mhm.
um, think about your own life and what you want to write about and then practice singing, do some vocal lessons. All of that will get you on the right path. With acting, I definitely recommend signing up for acting classes. Those are super helpful and just getting you started, and acting coaches can also help connect you to agents, managers, casting directors, all of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now if you could choose between acting and singing, which one would you choose? If you only had the opportunity to choose one or the other, what would you go with?
I feel like that's really difficult because I kind of
I
started my
know.
I know it is difficult. I started my career acting, and that's kind of what my first passion was. But I
Mhm.
feel like lately I've been focusing on a lot more on singing and music. So I think that that's what I would go with because while I love acting in the way that it allows me to portray other characters, singing and songwriting is more about myself and being able to express who I am as a person. And I think that's what I would pick.
Where would you see your music in the next couple years? Do you have like a goal set for yourself for you and musical career?
I'd say that my goal for the next few years would definitely just be continuing to release and hopefully broadening my audience. I am a rising senior in high school, so this next year is going to
Okay.
be pretty busy with college apps.
Hmm.
Then I'm going to college after that and all of that. But I definitely want to continue music and hopefully do some more live shows and just reach more people.
Definitely, definitely. So what do you like doing outside of music and acting? Do you have any hobbies, Casey?
Yeah, so I'm actually involved in like a lot of different extracurriculars at my school. I
Hmm.
go to a normal like public school, so
Okay.
that's something that I really enjoy because I can meet a lot of people and make new friends. I'm on my school's debate team, which is super fun for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
cool.
also president of like a bunch of clubs. I really love volunteering. I work with the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles and St. Jude with
Hmm.
some of the clubs I'm in. I also have a nonprofit tutoring organization that was started during COVID to provide free of charge STEM and art sessions to students. But lately it's evolved a bit more to have like chapters in different
Hmm.
communities. So it's also something that I'm really passionate about. And just purely for fun, I love playing with my cats. I have 4 cats
Hmm.
and hanging out with my friends. I also play guitar and piano a bit. So yeah, those are some of my other interests.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I know this is probably not a typical, but like kind of walk me through a day to day of Casey.
Hmm. That's good. That's interesting because it definitely changes by the day.
Oh, yes, I
Sometimes in the
understand that.
mornings I
Yeah.
have meetings for different organizations I'm in.
Hmm.
So I had like some meetings this morning earlier. And then I have lunch, maybe go hang out with my friends, then maybe go to an event. It also changes a lot whether it's summer or during the school year. So I'm just
Hmm.
gonna assume it's summer. I may go into my job because I work at a tutoring center in person twice a week. So
Oh,
that
wow.
might be on the schedule.
Hmm.
And then some vocal lessons, some recording sessions, all that.
Well, it sounds like you're definitely busy for sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So where can people find you on the social media platforms and all the music streaming platforms?
Yeah, so my name on all my streaming platforms is just my regular name, Kacey Fifield, KaceyFifield. And then on Instagram, it's just Kacey Fifield with no spaces. TikTok is Kacey_Fifield. Twitter is Kacey Fifield with no spaces. My Facebook is the letters KC and then Fifield. And my YouTube is just my name again.
Fantastic, fantastic. So what is a hidden talent you have?
Oh, hmm. I don't know actually. Um, I'd say that I'm pretty good at guessing flavors, which is kind of random.
Hmm.
But if I'm like drinking a random smoothie or something, I can normally guess what the flavors are in there. I don't know if that counts as a talent, but that's just like the first thing that came to mind. If I have like a pineapple,
Hmm.
mango, banana, apple, orange smoothie, I can probably guess all of those individual fruits being in there, plus like whether they use coconut milk or oat milk
Hmm.
or whatever, because I'm also vegan. So
Okay.
I kind of have to pay more attention to flavors and stuff. So I know how like a lot of different things taste, which is kind of weird, but yeah.
For sure, for sure. So do you have a message to those who might be listening, watching, or to any of your fans?
Thank you so much. If you've supported me, if you've ever followed me or listened to my music, I really appreciate the support and make sure that you follow your dream, whatever that is. Don't give up and follow your passion.
That is just fantastic. If you could go open a show for any artist, who would you choose and why?
Oh, I think I choose Billie Eilish because I just love her style of music so much, and I feel like it aligns quite a bit with my own. I feel like we both kind of utilize pop with some electronic influence. So, and I really just love her vibe. She seems like an amazing person, so I'd love to open a show for her. Her fans also seem great and just like an awesome community.
Now, do you have somebody who inspired you to start doing music and acting? If so, who?
I think that my biggest inspiration was probably Victoria Justice from Victorious because when I was younger, I would just watch Victorious all the time. It was my favorite show. And I thought
Hmm.
that Victoria Justice was so cool because she started her own show and then she was also making music on the side. And I saw her in concert, which is great. And I feel like one of my biggest moments was I was at an acting convention in New York,
Mhm.
and they were having everyone who was part of the convention who won an award walk down a runway type thing. I don't know, I
Oh,
was like
wow.
7, and they were playing a Victoria Justice song in the background, and I was just vibing, and that kind of made me think, you know what, I kind of really like this life in the entertainment industry.
That is just fantastic. Well, Kacey, is there anything that I forgot to mention that you would like to mention?
Um, I don't think so. Just to have everyone watching, make sure you stream Like Us on July 29th. It's coming out on all digital platforms.
Wonderful. Well, Kacey Fifield, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's Best Country Mix. We really appreciate your time so much, and thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.